Being grateful is a nice virtue to have, not just in November, but I thought I would join Sarah's Join Rep Challenge. So here I have a spread to get ready to have all my gratitude noted with all the different prompts. So if you would like to see how I put this together, stay tuned. Hello everybody, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. And here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. I just got back after a visit to my parents and looks like I got a cold in the flight. Yeah, so there are some very inconsiderate people out there who just sneeze all over the place. So long story short, I might sound a bit different and I do have a cold. That is the reason. So coming back to our spread, this is my daily journal. So I thought this would be a nice, fun page to have in here. We all talk about gratitude all the time, but having a page dedicated for the thankfulness is a nice thing. So when Sarah came out with this challenge, I knew I had to hop on, but it was just too much joining before I went on my trip. So now that I'm back, I thought I will have the page prepped. And today is the 10th of November. I can always fill in for the rest of the days before today. And I can just start from now. So I do have these Pentel brush pens that I might use. And these are the last pages. So I did go and roughly draw some boxes using those two stencils. And I have the Pigma 10. This is a nice bold color, and that's the nice bold size because 0.5s and the smaller, the thinner tips are just not as of a statement, especially for something like this. And I think the metal stencils definitely let you have a bit more of it buys you extra time, but you do have to wipe them down once in a while. So I'm just making sure that I erase the pencil marks because I'm waiting for the stencil to kind of dry because I don't want it to be smearing all over the pages. So just erasing those pencil marks on the previous pages, and now the stencil is dry, we can just continue. I have 30 boxes, but I had 30 boxes, but looks like I miscounted at some point and I had 31. And I'm using the Happy Planner stencil for just that banner. And the rest is from, I believe this was from Amazon. I will link it, including all the tools and everything I'm using. And I also want to bring in this fall harvest from last year. That is from a Happy Planner fall release last year, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just using some of these clusters and all the cozy elements, and these are really, really not my favorite colors. So I thought it would be a nice time to bring in these elements and also get a good use of these fun colors that are really not my favorite, but still somehow I love the sticker book. That's very ironical, right? But there are such instances too. Can you relate? Has that happened to you where you've really fallen in love with certain elements and certain sticker books that are really not your style normally, but somehow it sometimes become one of your favorites? So I'm just using the whitener or the whiteout behind the boxes, which would be taking off from the design element. So I used some of those clusters and smaller elements, and of course these quotes. So I'll have to just white out at the space where they meet on the boxes. And I'm going with some smaller elements here just trying to mix in the green and also the small twigs and branches and small floral elements too. And I had flipped through this a while back, so once I got started, I had to flip through them quite a bit before I decided on how I want to lay them down. And I'm using my gyro cut to make a Dutch door, and you will see what I'm going to do. I did not realize that there was a little overlap between the boxes on either side, and this is the Dutch door with some functional boxes. So this is when I start counting and then realize that I have an extra box. So just finishing off erasing the pencil marks here. Are you joining this gratitude challenge? And just trimming off some of those stickers sticking out, and I can always use those scraps to fill in some spaces. And it was really a fun thing I could do. So I'm trying to see, I'm just double checking and triple checking because I don't want to cover up a box and then later realize I miscounted. So this is the box that will be covered, and I'm using the scrap from that sticker. Sorry about that noise, it's some chopper flying outside. So I want to bring those deer, it could be the mother and the child, and I really love those stickers, so I knew it had to be seen with the Dutch door components, and I'm using the corners, and then you will later see me switching that for something else, and it happens. We're all indecisive, and I also want to bring a quote there, and these are on paper, so that is why it covered up a bit of those elements, but I'm okay with that. And I'm using these fun alphabet sticker book from Planything to kind of spell out November Thankfulness challenge, but then I had to cut that short, and I decided to go with November Thankfulness. So that's all I had space for because it's a long phrase. And I'm using at first I thought I would use the ruler, and then I wasn't sure, and then it was going back and forth, and I'm trying to also spell out the challenge and the thankfulness, and spelling, just lining them up on the ruler is a nice way to make sure it is nice and straight. And it's a very useful tip which comes in handy a lot of times. And sometimes because of the way the alphabets are, they don't stick down completely, so then you'll have to redo that part. And I'm just trying to spell out thankfulness. And I just got back from my trip to visit my parents, so it is crazy how some people just they're just not bothered about how much they spread the germs around when they cough and sneeze. So others who are around will be the victims. And usually the flights usually have some sick people, and then I do tend to have some mild sickness when I come most of the time. And all I do is to build my immunity, and I'm really thankful I can slow down a bit now, because it's always that hustle, hustle, hustle. It's like, things are crazy everywhere all the time, and this holiday season is very, very, very busy. So having a bit of a break and a bit of a slow down moment once in a while would be nice, to take care of you and your physical and mental health. So I'm using some of those elements from the other pages to fill in some of those white spaces and yet create a balance between the two pages and also between the two Dutch doors and the two elements as and when they fold onto either side. So these lots of fall elements in here, fall icons and lots of those useful things. And there are some headers which I will use later. And there are some amazing sales happening. So I wanted to bring that scene, but it was just too big for that space. So I decided to go with this one. And coming back to the sales, there are so many amazing sales already starting. So for Wrong, I think she is kicking off her Black Friday event. And I'm bringing in this girl from Coffee Friends, Coffee Girls. I will have these two girls sit right there. They're not quite looking at each other, but looking at all the thankfulness elements they have going on in their life. And I'm using the Remember to use to have extra space for a couple of the things I'm grateful for. And I'm using this jelly roll, the metallic one. I believe this goes with that rose gold foil or the copper foil. And I'm just lining the top and bottom. And I came and added the numbers and also the prompts for each day. And this is how it all looks. And I brought in those bullet points in those floral colors. And that is pretty much the quick flip through. And for planning thing, you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off. And for Martinez Sticker Company, my code Priya15 earns you 15%. And these girls are from the latest release. I'll have all the details down in the description. And please come check out my Instagram. I do have more of the spreads and also more of me personally over on IG. Please come join the community. It's a great, fun community. And if you like today's video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification if you haven't already. It really helps me out with the growth of the channel and gets the content out to more folks out there. And also please share it with anybody who you think will love such BUJO inspired content. And this is the filled in version. I have all the shops, codes and all the releases and all the tools down in the description. So please, I would really appreciate it if you would consider using my affiliate links and codes. It does help me out with the growth of the channel and lets me buy more products to share with all of you. And I also have tutorials if you would like to see how to get started with a gyro cart and lots of other creative and fun Dutch doors and bullet journal and a happy planner, multiple spreads, multiple brands, lots to see. So please make sure you check out the rest of the videos if you liked my kind of style with the planning and decorating. I would really hope to see more people join my YouTube family. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in my next one. Bye.